Hello there, this is Peter Beckenham, the Village Marketer. Today's session, shut up and sell something, right? I know it sounds a bit rude, I'm sorry. But really, what I'm on about is this. It's about communicate. Hey Pat, good to see you mate, thank you. And it's not great. Thank you all, that is fantastic. And I'm sorry for holding you up, okay? I truly am sorry. So Ishan and Pat and Darren, all of you guys, I truly appreciate you. When you give up your time for me, that's very special. And I'm talking about shutting up and selling something. That's what it's on about, right? And the idea is this. Many people, online or offline, are truly petrified of selling anything, right? And maybe one of the reasons why they're petrified about selling something, hey Paul, thanks mate. And one of the reasons they're probably petrified about selling something is because that's exactly what they're doing. They're selling something, right? Now, if you've seen me before, you've heard me say this again. But I want to tell you, the secret is to not try and sell anything. The secret is to try and help somebody. If you help them, put the word sale out of the picture, right? If you try to help them with a mindset, then whatever you've got, your offer, is just the means to an end, right? It's not the end in itself. You're going to solve their problem with it. So you don't start off with your offer, you don't try and sell it, you start off with them. And that raises the next issue. How do you have a conversation with people? Okay? Well, remember, if you've got a mindset of helping people, it's a lot easier, right? You're not going to perceive yourself as a salesperson. They're not going to perceive yourself as a salesperson either, right? Because if they perceive you as a salesperson, I can tell you they're out of there, right? Because people don't like it. They don't like it, all right? But they will appreciate you. They will listen to you, and they'll hear and hang on every word you've got if they can see you are trying to help them. So what do? You ask them questions, and you ask them questions about them. Now, and start off gently, right? Now, quite a few watching this know this inside and out, so bear with me. But you've got to start about them, their marital status, their location, whatever, something that's a common denominator between you guys, right? You're trying to get them to talk. That's the whole idea of it, right? And then gradually you get them to talk more and more. And what you do is this. Don't ever have a list of questions, right, that you're going to ping at people. Please don't do that. Don't do that. What you do is you have a conversation and you listen. In other words, you listen a lot more than your dame will talk, all right? And you hear what they've got to say and you drag out of them. Why did they say that? Tell me something. I mean, you could have said anything, okay? For example, you might have said to them, tell me where you work. And they say, wherever, right? XYZ Jam Company, right? Oh, how long have you been there? Yeah, whatever it is, right? And are you enjoying it there? Now, if their answer is, oh, I hate it, right? Then say, why? Okay? What's the problem? Is there an issue there? Tell me. And you wait for them to tell you. And the more you get them to talk to you, the more they will listen to you. Right? I'll say that again. The more you get them to talk to you, the more they're going to listen to you. That's what the secret of communication is all about, right? Their perception of you is one of a listener, not one of a talker or a salesperson. And so when you're talking about their favourite subject, which happens to be them, right, then you're going up in their estimation. There's no doubt about that, right? And if you keep approaching it with a mindset of helping them, I can tell you the sales process is going to take care of itself. It truly will. So you ask questions, you listen to the answers, you listen carefully to the answer, and then you follow up with your next question based on the answer to the previous question. Now, there's a skill in this. I do appreciate that, right? There is a skill in it. But I say it one last time to you, if your mindset is one of trying to help people, then I can tell you the whole process is a lot easier, right? There's no stress involved whatsoever. The other thing you've got to do is this. When you ask questions, I told you before, you've got to shut up and listen, right? But more important, hear what they've got to say. Don't make statements. Don't agree with them or don't sympathise or don't feel sorry for them. None of that rubbish, right? Just let them talk and then drag more out. Why did you say that? Wow, that's interesting. Oh, wow, okay? And you get them to talk more and more. Don't offer suggestions to them. Don't do that. Don't, and by the way, the killer, don't talk about your own experiences to try and build empathy with them. You can do that later. Right now is not the time. Okay? Please. I've heard people trained to do that. To empathise with people, share your experiences with them. That is a lot of rubbish. You have to get people to talk to you first, right? Because they're not going to listen to you until you've listened to them, right? If you start talking about your experiences, they'll turn off anyway, right? So don't talk about your experiences. Don't interrupt them. And keep dragging and dragging and dragging them into the conversation, right? And so what happens then is you are going to then be perceived as being a very smart person. And you know what? You haven't said very much at all. But you've shown interest. You are interested in them. That's the key issue. When you get to that point, then you start talking about the issues that you may have been there for. You're going to try and uncover what their pain points are, right? And they may be many and varied. Again, use the same process. Now, if you're interested, I've got a video called How to Uncover People's Pain Points. If you're interested in that, send me a personal message and I'll give you the link to it. It's free, right? It's up on Facebook. It's up on YouTube. Okay? It's unlisted on YouTube. But if you like it, send me a personal message. All right? So that's my message for today. Darren, you've got too many words in there, mate. I'm trying to... I'll come back to that, all right? Lisa, good to see you. Thank you very much. Anyway, my point is this, okay? If you are prepared to listen and really listen actively, right, then you will win more sales than you lose. You truly will. And that is the simple secret I'm trying to share with you. All right? Now, I've always got something good to share with you, okay? I should be charging for these, okay? This one's called Building Relationships on Facebook, right? If you want to send me a personal message, Building Relationships on Facebook. And I actually give you some scripting that you can use, but of course you can adjust that to your own personality, right? And it's just 2 or 3 parts. It's not long, right? But it gives you the chance to start a conversation. It gives you some confidence about what you're doing. All right. Thank you very much for putting up with me. Thank you very much for waiting for me to come online today. And I say one more time to you, I truly appreciate when you people give me your valuable time. Thank you very much indeed. I hope you got something out of that, okay? Remember, shut up and sell something. If you talk too much, you're not going to sell anything. All the best. See you later. Okay, bye for now.